What's up, y'all? Right now we're going to talk about arpeggios and scales, and actually kind of pairing arpeggios and scales together. So maybe it'll be a brief video, but there's a certain way that I like to pair arpeggios and scales. And to be honest with you, I don't guess when I'm doing arpeggios. I don't do particularly creative arpeggios. So what are arpeggios? They are basically not chords and not scales. So you can think of it as, for example, taking a scale and playing each note one at a time. Instead of playing them simultaneously, just play each note like one before the other. Okay, like in a sequence. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. Okay, but think about a chord shape and actually, playing the notes in a sequence of your choice, and that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, it's pretty much just playing the chords in a noted sequence. So let me show actually an example. So right here, and I'll just show my guitar. No charts this time, but so let me just show you, for example. So here's how you just play a simple chord. You're just raking down, right? See, you're just playing a chord. You're playing kind of all of the notes at all of the strings at the same time, whether you do this or something like that. But an arpeggio is going to be something like, I'm going to do the same chord. So you're kind of spelling out each note, or you're ringing out each note distinctively one from another, but not at the same time. So that's an arpeggio without giving you all of the flashcards. That's pretty much what it is. And that was a D minor chord. Here's a C major chord. So I mean, that's pretty much a power chord right there. And the way I'm doing it is just pretty much my index finger. Like, imagine me barring at the 3rd fret, and I'm playing the C major, but now I'm going to take that index finger and just put it on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then my ring finger is the 5th fret of the D string, and my pinky is right under that 5th fret of the G string, and I'm playing it in a sequence. So the note that I'm plucking is the note is the string that is not muted. And once I'm finished playing that note, I sort of lift up just enough to where that note is not ringing anymore, because I distinctively want to hear the next note. So I slightly lift and I just rake it down. And each note that I go to, so even if so that's pretty much what an arpeggio is, okay? You're just playing notes in a sequence, but it's typically in the shape of a chord instead of a scale. A scale is something like this. Versus an arpeggio. Like, you can hear what an arpeggio is doing scale-wise if you were to play it over actual chords. Or I can play an arpeggio and you can tell that it is a chord but separated in those notes like this. were to separate it, well, if I were to extend it more, okay, so all arpeggios in the shape of an actual chord, okay? So what about the scale part? I started out this video saying arpeggios and scales. Well, I typically like to incorporate scales with my arpeggios. So it may sound like I sort of contradicted myself, but I typically like to incorporate the scale on the top end of my arpeggios. I don't typically do it at the bottom, meaning the part that's closest to my chest. I don't typically like to put the scale on that end of it, but the way that it would look is okay, slowly. So I'm literally index finger. Right now I'm on the D minor scale. And whichever way I'm going up, I'm coming that same way back down. But it's pretty useful, okay, when you want to just go in a different direction, opposite of, you know, that's cool too. But what if you, you know, you could do something like that too. And it's actually very useful when you're playing like more like crunchy stuff or like, you know, lead tones. You could actually do it there too, like this. Turn it down a little bit. Like that, right? Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let me turn it up. Sounds a little shrill to me. Hold on. There we go. So let me do a tempo that makes the delays sound a little better. So something like that. Or let me do it a little faster. Okay, so something like that. I would even incorporate it into, if I were doing some sort of a solo, I could. So something like that. I mean, you can incorporate arpeggios in many different things. So if I were to just take it up the chord scale, like, so you can do it like that, okay? And you can do it after or within a solo. So I pretty much just wanted to share with you all just the approach that sometimes when someone is doing solos, or sometimes when people are just, they might be improvising, or, it seems like they're doing these really fancy things when really they're just adding that technique of arpeggios, So that's really what it can be. And I'm not saying that is what it is, but if you're playing, oh, let's set my tone sound different. Here we go. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show it. Nothing real fancy. It's just showing you that you can make use of chords that you already know. You may know only 3 chords, but you can implement arpeggios into those, and you can actually develop a new technique at the same time. So instead of just, or these may be the only chords that you know, but okay, so it's the same shape. Or incorporate the scale at the top. Something like that. So I have a complete breakdown in my intermediate portion of my community. So that's pretty much where it's at. But I figured I would talk through it and introduce it to some of you all, that if you ever hear me soloing, that's some of what you would actually hear me doing is arpeggios. And I'm not doing any extreme finger tapping and shredding. I'm just incorporating actually some things that I learned while studying jazz and stuff like that. I'm just incorporating it with some high gain stuff. So that's pretty much it. And then you got your hammer-ons and pull-offs. So those things are really important. All right. So I figured I would just show you that. I figured I would share it with you. Let me know if you all have any questions. Drop a super thanks if you would like. Super chat, super thanks. Hype me up. Subscribe. I'll be forgetting all the things to mention. But I really do encourage you, without me doing all the fancy advertising, sign up. I can really help you. With whatever it is. Even some of you who may be retired and you don't get paid a whole lot from your pension, reach out. Just, some of y'all sit back and you sift through all these free videos and you're wasting your time. Maybe you don't think that you are, but I feel like you can be getting to it a lot more efficiently. So, sign up, pay the money, all right? It'll benefit me and you. I hope all is well, and I hope that this may have opened your eyes to a little bit of something new. And, we'll see. If you got questions about it, I can go over it a little bit later. Maybe I'll do a live video on it. But just know that much of the material is already broken down with charts and stuff like that in my community. So that's first priority. All right. Again, I hope all is well. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting with a subscribe. And that's pretty much all I wanted to share this time. I see y'all like, some of y'all like the whole like Earth, Wind, and Fire stuff. I saw that. So I'll be sharing some more of that stuff in the future. All right. Love y'all. Peace.